Welcome back. This is part 3 of Microsoft Excel 2016 Module 1. If you're following along in your digital text, go ahead and turn or scroll down to page 18. We are now going to enter a formula using the keyboard. So you should have this document open, which is called Creating a Worksheet and a Chart. And to enter a formula using our keyboard, we need to select cell B19. And we have the net totals, which would be our um, monthly income minus our expenses, and that'll give us our net. And use your keyboard to type in the equal sign. And where is the equal sign, you might ask? It is on the top row all the way to the right before you get to the backspace key. And you don't have to use the shift unless you were doing the plus sign. So just reach up with your right pinky finger and hit the equal sign, and then type in B6 because we want what is in B6. And if you notice, once you type that in, B6 is in a light blue color, and Excel has pointed out that B6 is also in light blue, is right there. Okay, so we need to continue with entering our formula using the keyboard in cell B19 by typing minus, which is also on the top row, and it's next to the equal sign. And then type in B17. B17 is in red font, and as you notice, if you look above, the actual cell B17 is highlighted with a reddish background and has a red um, line around the peripheral. I meant perimeter. It means perimeter, not peripheral. So, okay. So, um, you typed in equals B6 minus B17 in the cell. The formula is displayed in the formula bar here at the top, and the current cell, and the colored borders are drawn around the cells referenced in the formula. Now click on cell C19 and watch what happens when we do that. What happens to cell B19? It gives you the net total. Okay, so let's go ahead and click Save. And page 19, we're going to copy a cell to adjacent cell rows. So this is fun. The easiest way to copy the sum formula from cell B19 to cell C19, D19, E19, F19, G19, H19, I, J, K, L, M, N19 is to use the fill handle. The following steps uses the fill handle to copy the formula in cell B19 to the adjacent cells C19 to N19. So select cell B19 and then drag the fill handle all the way over to cell N19. And it should be very familiar to you. And if you release your mouse, then you will see that it has created the information for you on all of these. So let's click Save. Now, if you're following along with the textbook, you'll probably notice that these numbers are different than what is in the textbook, and that's fine. We also need to come over here to cell N9 and drag down, actually, go ahead and, drag down, and then click the sum button. And, hold on. Okay, yes. So if you do select cell N9 to N17 and click the sum button, the formula that's located in cell N19 takes whatever amount that's in N6 minus and 17, and that gives you your total here. So we're good there. And if your numbers are not exactly like mine for whatever reason, um, that's not a problem. What I am looking for is when I click on cell L6, there should be a formula there. And I know there's a formula because up here it tells me that the formula is equals SUM parenthesis L4 colon L5 close parenthesis. And so if your number in cell L6 is not $1,417.12, but you do have the formula here, then you're good. That's what I'm looking for. So let's click Save. Okay, at this point, we have everything for our budget. We've got everything that we need. Um, that's, it's our estimates, and we've got all the months, we've got all the income, the money that we're earning and putting in our pocket. Then we've got all of our expenses listed, and that's all the money that's going out of our pocket to other people. And so now, we could print this out and, go buy it, or we could make it pretty so that we could hang it on our refrigerator and kind of watch it month by month by month for the whole entire year. So let's do that. Let's make some changes to the budget so that it looks more attractive. And I'm just going to zoom out just a bit so I can see the whole entire budget. And we're going to change a cell style. So the first thing you need to do is click cell A1. So click on cell A1. And then click the Cell Styles button, which is on the Home tab, all the way over almost to the end in the Styles group. So I want you to click Cell Styles. And let's change this one to, well, it's the title. So we need the title cell style. Let's find out. There it is. Okay, so click on title. And there you can see that this personal budget worksheet title is bigger, and it looks like it might have changed to a grayish blue color. Now let's click the title cell style. Oh, we already did that. Okay. Now we're on page 23. Click cell A2, and now we've got our subtitle, which is our monthly estimates, because in a budget, it's always estimated. We don't really know what we're going to be spending in December at this point, so everything's an estimate. It's always good to have a plan, because if you don't have a plan, you're bound to fail. So don't fail to plan. Okay, so you've clicked on cell A2. Now click the font arrow so we can change the font. And let's change it to Calibri Light, because I think it's on Calibri now. Let's make it light since it's the subheader. And we are also going to click, well, let's go back to cell A1. Click on cell A1, and we're going to change the font style of the active cell to bold. So just click A1, and when you click the B for bold to font, or bold font that, the whole entire thing changed to bold. Now we are going to increase the font size of a particular cell entry. So click on cell A2, and then click on, you can do this different ways. You can click here and make it the size 14, or you can click on the increase font size button until it turns to 14. Okay, and now we are on page 25. We're going to change the font color of a cell entry. Go ahead and click cell A1 and click on the colors area, theme colors area. And the book suggests that you change it to orange, and that's fine. But I think I'm going to go ahead and go with green because it is a personal budget, which has to do with money, and money's green. Well, the paper dollars are, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use green. So you can use whatever you want. Okay, so now we're on page 26. We're moving right along. And it says click orange accent 2, so I just went ahead with green. And then it says click the font color button to apply. Okay, well, we just did that. Okay, bottom of page 26. Select cell A1 and then drag the cell. So what we're going to do now is we're going to merge the cells. Because right now, this is all in cell A1. So we want this to be all the way between cell A1 and AN. So select, just click on cell A1 and pull all the way over to AN. And then in the alignment group, there is a button you can click that says merge and center. So we're going to merge all those cells together. So it's going to be one big long cell that reaches from A to N. So click that, and then it's just going to automatically center your text as well. So 27. Let's go ahead and do that with cell A2, our monthly estimates. We want to merge and center that as well. So select A2 and drag over, and notice that your mouse is a large white block because we're not copying the word. If we were going to copy that, then every single one of these um, cells would have monthly estimates in it. We don't want that. So we just click here and we make sure our block, our cursor, is a white large block. And then go all the way to N2 and then click merge and center again, and you'll see that monthly estimates will be centered and it's just one big cell, one big long cell. Click save. Now we are going to format our rows using cell styles. And to do that, we're going to start with cell A3 where it says income. So click on cell A3 and make sure that your cursor is a large white block, and then you're just going to click and hold and then drag over to N3. So you'll stop at total. And then we need to click the Cell Styles button, which is in our Style group. So click on the Cell Styles, and we're going to point to the Heading 1 style in the Titles and Headings area. So here's the Titles and Headings area, and we need to find Heading 1, which is here. So click Heading 1, and notice how beautiful that looks now compared to what it looked like before. Now click the Center button. So we want to center. We don't want to merge and center all of that. That would just put it in one big clump, and that would not look good because we want to make sure we separate all of our months. So click Center. And now let's click range A8 to N8. So click on A8 and hold your mouse down and then go all the way over to N8. And that's the only row we're going to select right now. And let's apply the heading 1 cell style. So let's go back up to our cell styles. And we're going to select the same heading so that it looks similar. There we go. And then let's center those. Now some of these you still can't see, like September is cut off, but that's okay. We'll fix that soon. Okay, so now I would like for us to select two rows at the same time. So listen carefully. This is how we do this. Click on cell A6 and then drag over like we just did on the other two all the way to the N6. Now on your keyboard, hold down the control key and keep holding it down and then select cell A17 and drag over to cell N17 and release your mouse. Now release the control key from your keyboard and let's add the accent to cell style format. So go back up to your cell styles and then click on the accent to cell style, which in this case it turns it orange. So, because these are the themed cell styles, so the accent 2 is orange. So I'm just going to stick with my blue color, or wait, no, I was doing green, wasn't I? Well, okay, well, I'm just going to pick the green. You can pick whatever you want. But I'm going to stay kind of with my green theme. So I'm going to click that one, and it's going to turn it green. Now, let's format the ranges of A4. So click on A4 and hold your mouse down, go all the way over to N4. Hold the control key down on your keyboard, and you're going to hold it down for just a little bit longer than we have because we're going to select a few rows, not just the two. Okay, so hold down your control key and then select cell A9 to N9, A11 to N11, N13, or I'm sorry, A13 to N13, and let's do A15 to N15 and release your mouse. Now release your finger off the control key on your keyboard. And let's go back up to the cell styles. And let's add, it says accent 2 or 20% accent 2. So that would be this if you're going with the book. But I am going to come over here and I am going to click the accent 6 but at a 20%. So it's going to be still green but just a lighter shade. Just 20% of that shade. So I'm going to click that. And now you can see how beautiful everything looks. Now we need to format some more ranges. So get ready. Click on A5 and go all the way over to N5. Now hold the control key down on your keyboard and select, let's do the even numbers, A10 to AN, A12 to N12, and A14 to N14, and let's do A16 to N16. And now it asks us to do the 40%, so let's go up here, and in our cell styles, if you're staying with what the book is asking, then you'll do the 40% in orange, but if you've gone with the blue theme, and actually that kind of looks pretty good, yellow, gray, kind of like the gray, so I'm gonna go, that's what it would look like if we followed the book, but I'm gonna kind of follow the book, but just use a different color. How about gold? I'm gonna go with gold. Okay, because gold is worth money, right? Okay, so that's what I'm gonna pick. I think it looks pretty good. Okay, now that we've done that, go ahead and click save. And you might be saying, oh, that looks gross. Well, it doesn't really because, well, maybe you think it does. But right now I still have all of these rows selected, so it's gray shaded. So if I click off of that, then you can see how it is not a gray shaded yellow, it is a yellow. It doesn't look bad. Okay, so I'm going to click save again, even though I just did. And we are now on page 30. And I tell you what, we're going on the 20-minute mark, so I think this would be a good place to pause until we go to part 4. So I'm going to go ahead and stop now, and I'll see you back at part 4.